Hi, Bradley Bucas. I'm an executive MBA student here at the university, and also work in the nonprofit space. I work for an organization called Idealist.org, where oh, thank you. I'm glad that you know us. Hopefully to see your listings on Idealist. So one of the things that we get a lot of questions about are, I'm a business student, I like the world of business, I also want to do good. Should I start a business that looks like a nonprofit? Should I start a nonprofit? Should I start something in between? I'd love your thoughts because you called Consumer Reports a social enterprise,
Yes.
which typically I think maybe in the market is more a business that is a social impact as opposed to what a nonprofit is, but technically you're a nonprofit.
We are a nonprofit.
So just, so I have two questions. One, if you were in that predicament as a student or a young professional, would you start a business or a nonprofit if they both kind of did the same thing? And do you think Consumer Reports, my second question is, do you think Consumer Reports would have been better as a business for whatever reason? Which I probably know the answer, but just figured I'd love to hear those two things.
That's a great question and a lot of layers to it. So there are a lot of different ways now to pursue a social goal and a profitable company. There's B Corps, right? You get certified B Corp. And so there are a lot of different models out there of experimentation. I don't know anyone quite like ours, which is why it's so iconic. Someone who's been around as long as we have and continues to be a full nonprofit, but earning all of its revenue. And the beauty of that is you're not beholden to anyone. You're not beholden to, a mega donor as much as they could promote and help you with a VC innovation project, but you're still there. I think there are a lot of options as opposed to in the nonprofit space. I think where we are right now, we have a plethora of nonprofits, and what I also see is an exciting opportunity for mergers. People don't often think about merging nonprofits, but I've been a part of one. I helped stand up something called the Partnership for Public Service, to then merge with another organization. I think those are interesting things to think about, because then you are creating a new organization, but you're taking something of real social value and creating it anew by merging it. So I think there are different models. I don't know if I would put such a bright line between an enterprise and a social. I've often thought about, well, do we create a business on the side that throws money over to us? And I've got some ideas. I can't share them, but I've got them. But it's something we think about, and I like the idea of keeping it permeable. That's why I use that term social enterprise. I do believe in competition. One of the things I loved about after being in government and philanthropy and nonprofit, I love the bottom line. I love talking about top line revenue growth. I love that black and white metric. I was so frustrated when I got from, and government's that way too. You either win or you lose, and so I understood that coming out of government and then walking in and going to philanthropy, and it was like, what's the return on all this money going out the door? And we had a lot of money to give away. And it just, the wheels were not, So to me, I love being in a market where you get the feedback instantly from the consumers. Because I keep telling my staff, at the end of the day, they're the ones who are going to decide whether we're worthy, even if we really believe in this mission. And I would say the other thing that is a superpower of the social enterprise, the nonprofit, is you would not believe how passionate people are in those organizations. And they're just, it fuels the culture in a way that I have not seen in some other enterprises that are pure profit enterprises. I think they can, and there are other organizations that do that. But that mission-driven culture is a superpower. So you want to bottle that and not lose that as you think about how you create something new.